Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. A 21-year-old Cornell University junior has been arrested for allegedly using a school forum to make death threats to Jewish students at the school. Patrick Dye is accused of threatening to shoot up a multicultural dining hall on campus and also allegedly calling for the deaths of Jewish people. State police are charging the engineering student with posting threats to kill or injure using interstate communications. He could face up to 5 years in jail if convicted. The Anti-Defamation League says this is not an isolated incident and that anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. have increased nearly 400% following the October 7th Hamas attacks. Alexis McAdams has that story.
I definitely knew anti-Semitism existed. I definitely didn't think that the problem was as at large of a scale as it is right now.
Cornell University still reeling after police arrested 21-year-old junior Patrick Dye for threatening to kill and injure Jewish students on campus. According to the criminal complaint, Dye posted online threats saying he would shoot up the school's kosher dining hall and also threatened to stab and slit the throats of Jewish students on campus.
Currently, he is under constant observation, meaning he is being watched 24 hours a day by a member of this office.
Dye's facing serious federal charges and could face up to 5 years in prison. This arrest comes as protests explode on college campuses across the country, and many Jewish students from New York to California say they don't feel safe.
We've had a plethora of incidents happen at UC Berkeley, everything from 2 physical assaults of students getting physically hurt on campus. We've had professors offering bonus and extra credit to students for attending pro-Hamas rallies.
The Justice Department also warning today they've seen a rise in anti-Semitism and Islamophobia across the country.
We are focusing our efforts on confronting and disrupting illegal threats wherever they arise.
Patrick Dye remains in federal custody. He'll be back in court in November. Reporting at Cornell University, I'm Alexis McAdams, Fox News.
The Steuben County Legislature approved a plan to pay stipends to volunteers in emergency medical services. The idea is to alleviate the high cost of training and encourage more volunteers to enroll in training. Volunteers will now receive a $400 stipend upon completing their EMT recertification. The legislature made this change after hearing from volunteers that training was too intense and time-consuming. The county says the new stipend should provide incentive for volunteers. With interest rates still at a 22-year high, the Federal Reserve made a major announcement about whether it plans to raise them again or hold them steady. This as shoppers heading into the holiday season are seeing sticker shock. Mark Meredith has the latest from Washington.
Thank you so much. Have a happy holiday.
Families budgeting for the holiday season can expect to spend more money in 2023. That's according to the National Retail Federation's latest consumer survey, showing shoppers are projected to spend nearly $900 on gifts, decorations, food, and other seasonal items. That's $42 more than last year's average costs and a direct result of inflation.
Things like gas and food. That then affects what we have for discretionary spending for other things like big ticket items like TVs or apparel or things like that.
Inflation was a key topic addressed by Federal Chairman Jerome Powell Wednesday as he wrapped up a 2-day meeting with a much anticipated announcement on whether or not another interest rate hike could be on the way.
Today, we decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged and to continue to reduce our securities holdings. Given how far we have come, along with the uncertainties and risks we face, the committee is proceeding carefully.
The announcement coming just hours after the Labor Department released its latest jobs numbers, showing there was a steady growth through the month of September. Employers posting 9.6 million job openings compared to 9.5 million the month before. To economists, it's an indication the job market appears strong, and for some, that gives them hope for next year.
2024 is going to be an economy like we knew before the pandemic. Finally, we are returning to normal.
The Federal Reserve has one more chance to raise interest rates this year. It'll meet for its next policy meeting in December. In Washington, Mark Meredith, Fox News.
A real estate trade group and several companies are found guilty of conspiring to keep commissions for home sales artificially high. A federal jury in Kansas City found the National Association of Realtors and several large residential brokerages liable for about $1.8 billion in damages. But the total penalty could triple to more than $5 billion due to U.S. antitrust laws. The plaintiffs argued the commission model limited competition by making it difficult for home buyers and sellers to discuss lower rates. Real estate experts say the verdict could cause major changes in the industry. Global leaders are weighing the future of artificial intelligence in the place where computer science as we know it began. Caroline Shively has the story.
At the birthplace of modern computing, where codebreakers helped defeat Axis powers in World War II, tech CEOs and global leaders are gathering at the historic site for a new battle against time.
This is a moment of profound opportunity. The benefits of AI are immense.
The Artificial Intelligence Safety Summit focuses on the most cutting-edge systems called Frontier AI, which experts say could pose the most extreme risks, from cybersecurity breaches to bioweapons. Guests at the summit include Elon Musk and even major global competitors.
And yes, we've invited China. There can be no serious strategy for AI without at least trying to engage all of the world's leading AI powers.
AI could automate at least half of employees' work in the next few decades, according to the consulting firm McKinsey & Company. And it's expected to serve as more than a simple chatbot. The firm says it could come for white-collar jobs, too.
The use of artificial intelligence.
At home, President Biden signed an executive order this week trying to address the potential job displacement.
This executive order represents bold action, but we still need Congress to act.
Industry leaders are here in D.C. on Wednesday, meeting with senators at an AI Insight Forum, as Majority Leader Chuck Schumer pushes for Congress to pass industry guidelines. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
We'll have your midweek forecast coming up. Plus,
President Biden wants retirees to have more money in their pockets. I'm Rebecca Castor in Washington. His plan to make this happen coming up.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Good evening. We took a step into November and it seemed like we continued to watch the changing of the seasons take hold, as what we had was some lake effect snow showers develop. You can see the moisture that pulls over the lake, and that allows for these banding features to include even some snow showers, even capturing the webcam at Binghamton at the National Weather Service site, seeing some snow covered grassy areas, even some cars as well, melting down pretty quickly as it is fairly light amounts, but creating some slick surfaces. So if you're encountering any of that, note that it's brought some times of some reduced visibility, and we're seeing that it is pulling its way out as winds are actually switching and they're becoming southerly. So if any lake effect is occurring, it's occurring more on the eastern and the northern side of those lakes, which would bring little to no precipitation to the local area. And we are going to talk about mostly dry conditions to push into our Thursday and then hold throughout the weekend. Now into the weekend, there will be some cloud cover to battle as we're watching that some systems across Canada will just clip far northern New York up through North Country. So locally, more just some mixed cloud cover before we'll have a more organized system sweep across the entire state early next week that will bring some areas of some rain showers as well as some cooling with it. So as we look into the forecast here, there still has been some areas that have been dealing with these lake effect snow showers this evening, but you can watch almost as these snow showers continue to work their way around the lake as those winds will switch, because by Thursday morning and afternoon, we have more of the southwesterly to southerly flow, which is mentioned, that brings more of those lake showers to those northern coastlines of those lake regions. So turning to mostly dry skies and allowing for some sunshine to return, as we'll see. We'll start off the day into those 20s, that cold northerly air still intact, so still brisk start to the day. Skies should clear out, and then we'll see that sunshine by the afternoon will allow for us to return back into those upper 40s and lower 50s, which about mid 50s is what's what's normal for this time of the year. And that southerly wind is expected to continue, which will continue to promote that warming. So we'll note that everybody holds to just around those upper 40s with that sunshine in place. Again, maybe some morning cloud cover, but most of that moisture here, even this evening, is already starting to steer to more of the eastern sides of those lakes. Now we'll head into our Friday morning with lows falling down into those lower 30s where we should be, so not as brisk as what we're going to see for tomorrow morning, so making some small improvements. And then Friday we should be able to hang on to some sunshine with those seasonable temperatures, so both morning to afternoon, pretty seasonable November day, not too bad. And as we roll into the weekend, we also will note that we have generally dry conditions. However, what we will see is that it is still going to be a little breezy, but it is a southerly wind, and that's going to continue to promote warming as we may even touch the 60s. What will hold us back from that is some cloud cover, and then we'll watch for that more organized system to arrive Monday into Tuesday.